This is the way to deal with those who look down on you extremely wisely. Even everyone respects it. Dear friends, in this complicated life, there are times you will run into rude people who look down on you, making you just want to strike back harshly in anger. But that may only make things worse. Rudeness often doesn't cause physical pain, but it can easily drain your emotions, whether it's someone who loves you or a stranger. They may accidentally say words that affect you. The power of words is terrifying. Positive people can quickly lift you up, while negative ones can instantly tear you apart with just one sentence. The pain caused by rudeness is not easy to deal with. So it's no surprise that for many people, the first instinct after being insulted is to say or do something hurtful back. However, we are all trying to become better for those around us and a better version of ourselves. That is why we should prepare a few strategies to use when someone hurts our feelings. Next time when someone mocks or belittles you, remember to respond with the following wise ways. Next time someone mocks or belittles you, remember to respond with these 6 wise methods. They may not completely erase the discomfort, but they surely will keep you from falling into the vicious cycle of endless retaliation, like a never-ending war. 1. Say thank you to them. It's hard to stay polite when someone looks down on us, but sometimes hurtful actions may come from feelings of insecurity or disappointment. The cashier may have faced trouble at home before rolling their eyes and handing you a coffee. Or the man in front of you may be preoccupied, thinking about a stressful meeting at work as he holds the door and complains that you're walking too slow. Say thank you no matter how they act. It's a way to show them that you carry yourself with grace, and also to let them feel that you value their actions, regardless of the situation. Kindness can go a long way to be recognized, and it can contribute to improving their next interactions that very day. 2. Let them know they are right. Confucius, the great Chinese philosopher and thinker, through the story of the calculation 3 by 8 equals 23, taught his student Yin Yuan a profound lesson in humility and tolerance. One day on his way to work, Yin Yuan saw a noisy crowd in front of a fabric shop. He stepped forward and asked, and learned the buyer and seller were in dispute. The buyer shouted loudly, 8 by 3 is 23, why do you keep asking me for 24? Yin Yuan then approached the buyer and said, Sir, 3 by 8 is 24. How could it be 23? You calculated wrong. No need to argue loudly anymore. The buyer was not convinced. He pointed straight at Yin Yuan's face and said, Who needs you to judge this? Do you even know arithmetic? If you want judgment, only Confucius can decide right or wrong. Let him settle this. Let's go find him to decide. All right, if Confucius says you're wrong, then what? Yin Yuan replied. The buyer said, If I'm wrong, take my head. And if you are wrong? Yin Yuan answered, If I'm wrong, I'll resign from office. The two made such a bet and together went to see Confucius. After hearing the story, Confucius said, 8 by 3 is 23. Yin Yuan, you lost. Take off your official hat and give it to the man. Yin Yuan had never argued with his master, so he took off his hat and handed it to the buyer. But of course, inside he was unconvinced, thinking Confucius had grown old and muddled, so he no longer wanted to study under him. The next day, Yin Yuan returned, using the excuse of family matters to ask for leave. Confucius understood Yin Yuan's feelings well, but said nothing, only nodded in agreement. Before parting, he reminded Yin Yuan with two phrases: never shelter under a 1,000-year-old tree, never kill when the truth is unclear. On the way home, wind blew, clouds gathered, thunder roared. The sky was about to pour heavy rain. Yin Yuan approached a hollow ancient tree by the roadside, intending to shelter from rain. Suddenly he remembered Confucius' words: never shelter under a 1,000-year-old tree, so he stayed away. Just as he left, a thunderbolt struck, shattering the ancient tree. Yin Yuan was shocked. His master's words had come true. Could it be I might even kill someone? When he arrived home, it was already late. Not wanting to disturb his family, Yin Yuan used the sword he carried with him to lift the latch of the room where his wife was sleeping. Approaching the bed, Yin Yuan grew furious, seeing two people under the same blanket, so he raised his sword to strike, but then remembered Confucius' second words: never kill when the truth is unclear. He lit the lamp to check, and found it was his wife, and the other was his sister. The next day, Yin Yuan returned. Seeing Confucius, he knelt down and said, "Master, the two sentences you gave saved 3 lives, my wife, my sister, and my child. How did you know what would happen?" Confucius lifted Yin Yuan up and said, "Yesterday the weather was hot and dry. I guessed a storm was coming, so I reminded you, never shelter under an old tree. You also carried anger inside and bore a sword with you. So I advised, never kill when the truth is unclear." Yin Yuan bowed and said, "Master, your foresight is like that of a god. I admire you with all my heart." Confucius continued, "I knew well your excuse to go home was just a pretext. In truth, you thought I was old and muddled and no longer worth learning from. Think about it. When I said 8 by 3 equals 23, you lost. But all you lost was your official hat. If I had said 3 by 8 equals 24, then the buyer would have lost, and that would have cost a life. So tell me, is an official title more important or a human life?" Yin Yuan suddenly awakened. He knelt before Confucius and said, "Master values righteousness over trifles. Yet I had thought you had grown dim-witted with age. I am deeply ashamed." From then on, wherever Confucius went, Yin Yuan followed closely and never left his master. Surely all of us will encounter situations where sometimes others do things that make us feel upset. Often, emotional outbursts come from accumulated stress or prior anxiety. They may strike on days when work is especially tough, or when we unfortunately meet rude people before seeing friends or family members. It may happen when someone feels discouraged and as though they haven't been heard enough. At such times, agree with them by saying you're right. That gives them confidence that things will pass. And immediately after may come a positive emotion. 3, no matter what happens, always keep a smile. Some people simply enjoy provoking reactions from others, though such people deliberately mock others, hoping for a negative response. The truth is they're quite easy to handle. You only need to smile it off. Quite literally, no response is more powerful when facing such people than smiling and showing them you don't care. You may not find it funny, but it shows them clearly that you don't intend to give them the reaction they want. Much negative behavior stems from people wanting to make others lose face or feel ashamed in public. They think it makes them superior, but truly, there's no easier way to take away their power than by not giving them what they want. For, tell them that hurt my feelings. Sometimes you may receive certain comments, quite hurtful, and clearly the speaker may not even realize that their words are hurtful. It could be an elderly relative, not realizing that they are touching on a sensitive subject, or a friend teasing you about something that you really don't find funny. In such situations, it's best to be honest. Let them know that what they said was hurtful and that you don't appreciate it. Most likely, they didn't even realize they were being rude. And you may teach them a valuable lesson about avoiding hidden barriers in relationships by being honest when facing conflict. 5. Let them know you love them, but you also love yourself. Sometimes, an elder in the family may say something rude and hurtful in the form of what seems like helpful advice. And when you tell them it was hurtful, some people will change their behavior, but others will continue nagging and treating you rudely, insisting that they know what's best or that they only want the best for you. Being family does not mean you can say anything to each other. We still need mutual respect. If a relative uses the name of love to put you down, whether intentionally or not, tell them you love them, but you also love yourself. It's not okay to endure disrespectful words or rudeness just because you care about them. If you love yourself, ask them to stop and hope they realize that your life is your own. That is a sign they need to be told directly. 6. Tell them I value your opinion. Sometimes people act harshly and look down on you when they feel unheard or something similar, or simply because they don't understand opposing views. You don't need to go around saying that someone's words contradict your beliefs, especially if they are mistaken. But sometimes just letting them know that you value their opinion can break down the wall a little. They may simply long for kindness from those they feel don't listen to them at all, even if they handle it poorly or awkwardly. Do your part anyway. By showing respect for their opinion, perhaps it may change their perspective for the better. 7. Tell them you seem to bring negativity into conversations matter. This won't work if the person is simply having a bad day, but if you have a neighbor or coworker who is always tense and inappropriate, disrespectful, perhaps it's time to point out their behavior and see if they are surprised. You won't just relieve yourself from having to respond to rudeness, but you may even influence their mindset to think more carefully about what they say and do. 8. Ask them, what do you think I should say in reply? Sometimes people make negative comments to make themselves feel better. They want the sense that they are superior. Unfortunately, they may try to gain that sense of power by belittling you. However, next time someone says to you something like, "You look so fat lately," or "Why are you studying such a boring profession?" call them aside and speak privately. Ask them what they think you should say in response to their remark. They will likely stammer, unable to give a reasonable answer. It's a great way to check their attitude. Saying rude things thoughtlessly is always easier than considering the impact those words have on others. This approach may not inspire an apology right away, but it will certainly help you to some extent. 9. End the conversation. Sometimes there's nothing you can do to improve their rude attitude. In such cases, you don't need to endure negativity in a futile attempt to make them see their fault. In the end, there's nothing wrong with saving your own time and ending the conversation. If you've tried to turn things around and the talk still doesn't improve, let them know the conversation is over and walk away. Dear friends, in life, skillful communication is the key to gaining advantages in life. Unexpectedly, As the ancients used to say, to train your mouth is to train half your life. Our behavior and speech in life situations play a huge role in success or failure and happiness in life. So instead of reacting instinctively, fighting fire with fire, learn to train yourself to respond with proper words and manners so you will always harvest the good things in life.